Welcome to Shut the Front Door, episode 2.
This is so exciting. Now, we are flatmates, we're best mates, but we never actually see each other. So we thought, why not start a podcast just to have a little catch up?
This is the time that we're going to spend basically finding out what each other have been up to, and you're going to be a fly on the wall listening to everything that we would naturally talk about sat on our sofa anyway.
Yeah, you can listen and you can watch on YouTube as well. And of course, our TikTok and Insta handles are just at Shut the Front Door. So make sure you go and have a look over there.
And if you're watching us, you can see how incredible our studio setup is. But people are thinking that this just says go. It doesn't say go. It's a G and it's an O.
Everyone knows us as
Ellie and Liv.
Ellie and Liv, Liv and Ellie. But actually, it's Gabriella. Everyone knows. I think people more know Olivia.
Yeah, it's a bit of a given that Liv is.
But you don't really ever shorten Gabriella to Ellie.
Everyone knows what? How is that your real name?
It's Gabriella and Olivia. And we also nearly didn't make it here, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to be moving our problems up this week because as great as this set is, we nearly weren't ever going to see it again because we had our first fight this week.
We did. Can we just have a look at the set first? Because there is actually a cookie jar behind you.
Oh my God.
Can you have a look?
Yeah.
Biscuits.
So if anyone knows me specifically, Liv, you do love a biscuit too, but I live and die for cookies.
Maryland cookies, 10 out of 10. I think that's quite a rogue choice.
It's the McVitie's versions of Maryland's that are the goat. But right, what have we got in here?
What's in the biscuit jar?
What's in the biscuit jar? One would assume biscuits. And they'd be wrong. Guys, you have done me in here. You've done me
What is it?
dirty.
What is it? Show me.
Who wants a Tony's chocolate in their biscuit jar?
I'll have one. What is it?
Little tiny Tony for a tiny Liv. I mean, guys, I was just buzzing for a couple of bickies here, but no. And I thought I'm getting a bicky to dip in my ready-made cappuccino, which, sorry, but get the froth on this bad boy. Now that is unbelievable.
Ellie just gets everyone here to do everything for her.
It's just not true. Someone offers me a cappuccino and Liv's like, oh, they're doing everything for you. Shut up, Liv, mate. Sorry, let me just choose my one.
We're going to be adding little things to the set as we go through each episode, so it's going to get bigger and better. And more things tailored to us. So there probably will be something Chelsea related.
Yeah, we have got a little something coming. Little cute teddy on the way.
I can't believe you just ruined the surprise.
Oh, sorry.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry, but they're all absolutely shell-shocked.
So excited for a Chelsea teddy. Okay, let's start with our problems then, because we did have a little bit of a fight.
A little bit of a fight. The thing is, right, it actually felt mega. I don't know if it felt so big because we never fight.
We haven't, in the 3-4 years we've been friends.
We haven't had a fight.
We haven't had even a bit of a
bit of an awkward. Oh, a bit. You kind of annoyed me with this, but not a fight. And this was I felt like voices were heightened. There was screaming involved. That's how I see it.
I think that's a slight exaggeration, but maybe it was. I don't know.
I do remember
shouting from the lounge.
Shouting from the lounge. The door was closed. I actually didn't hear that.
Did you not?
I don't know.
I wasn't shouting as in shouting at you. I was just shouting back at a response to you.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, the fight was about, basically, so we've got a fridge here, quite a big fridge for two people. We've got a fridge, yeah. I go into this fridge, and I think I've just had a long day at work anyway. I open up the fridge. There's 6 shelves, and I don't have a single one of these shelves. They are all dedicated, not just to Liv and Tom, they have just got their shit all over these shelves.
Basically, there was nothing in the fridge, so I just decided to space everything out. It wasn't like I intentionally put stuff in the fridge. I thought we were past having a shelf each.
It's not like that. It's not like that.
But that's what you were saying. You were like, make space for my shelf.
Yeah, because there was no space at all in the fridge
you
for
had to
anything.
Yeah, there was. That is such a lie.
Okay, no, sorry. Yeah, sorry. She stops me. She went, Ellie, look at this. Pulls out one of those vegetable shelves. And I'm like, oh, right.
Okay, well, there's two vegetable shelves, so you could have used one. And I just literally took some stuff off the top shelf, put it in the bottom shelf, and miraculously there was space.
I tried doing that. I tried rearranging the fridge. I tried rearranging the fridge, and there wasn't space for anything.
You did.
I was like, it doesn't, you know what, there's 2 of us living here. It doesn't take 2 seconds just to move your stuff down.
But you could have done it. You quite clearly didn't do it because I literally opened the fridge, moved some stuff down, and miraculously that whole top shelf was free.
Well, I think more to my point really is that I just needed to signify that there's 2 of us living here, and could you maybe think about my space as well.
She basically
But then, wait,
how long we moved in and she hadn't even bought a single bit of food to go in the fridge because she was like spending time at home and like coming back and forward.
I'm trying to think of something I had in the fridge. I had my almond milk.
which is still in there.
What I wanted to say was like, Liv, can you just make some room in the fridge? She then like made it into this like, well, you could just do this. And I was like, whoa. And when someone bites at me, I like bite back. But I bite back, but then I'm dying next. So she then walked next door and I burst into tears and called my mum and said, I'm coming home.
Did you actually?
Yeah. But then you were nice to me after that, and I thought, I'll stay a bit longer.
Because like when you're like best mates with someone, you can have an argument and it actually just be okay. Yeah, but it wasn't like an actual argument. Like I didn't know you went and cried.
Well, we get emotional, and do you know what it was? It was like I don't know how to regulate my emotions. So either, like, if you're really really angry, either I have to like laugh and then I'll be all right about something, or I don't know what to do with all this anger, so it just turns into tears. So I then was like, were
you really that angry about?
My blood was boiling. I then wanted to comment on the shelves in the like larder cupboard where Liv had melted into my side of that as well. But I didn't need to say anything because then, like 2 days later, she goes, I made some room for you in that cupboard. And I was
knew
like,
she was going to cry about it.
Why'd you just be a dick? I just wanted to say it was really nice that you then thought about that.
No, I did think about it and thought, I know you're going to probably say something, so I just moved all my stuff over and made some space for you. See, I did. It was like a nice thing to do, but even though I was like, yeah, she's going to moan about that, so I was like, before she moans about it, I won't give her.
I was never risking another fight.
I won't give her a chance to moan, so I'd
moved it all into the dishwasher or something like that.
I made some space for you.
So you said I could move it all.
Yeah, but I'm sure people at home will have similar problems because...
Yeah. I think the general consensus of it is when you live in a flat with someone, you've got all this space and technically they can merge into it and stuff like that. But like, I wouldn't like go and eat something that was yours unless like I'd been like, Liv, can I have this? Which I always do. And she's always like, yeah. Like as if it's a weird thing that I'm even asking. But like I would just always ask, because once I ate my brother's food at home and I didn't hear the end of it for like 3
I don't really
weeks.
care about any shit like that.
Anyway, but when you are like living in a shared space with someone, like it's just like what part is yours? Like, you know, you got to have your own space sometimes. And like I think it's quite a relatable like...
Yeah, we do have... Ellie has one shelf and I have one shelf and then the rest of the stuff's just everywhere.
Yeah.
Which maybe is the right way to do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I true. I just don't put anything on the top shelf now because
Ellie's
God forbid I put some apples on the top shelf. Christ. She's going to go home and cry and call her mum again, isn't she? I'm joking. Sorry, that was really harsh. No, I'm joking.
It was all just quite awkward as well because then like, obviously Liv's boyfriend was in the next door room like listening to us like screaming at each other.
He just doesn't care, to be honest. I don't think he zones out, to be honest.
I actually thought for 1 second, great, she's going to go next door, start bitching about me, and then I thought he would just be like, I don't care, why are you telling me?
So true.
I don't care what you had a fight about.
Did you just had a fight? Did you? He was straight over his head. I don't actually have a problem this week.
You don't have a problem this week?
I do, but it's more just like a general consensus about myself, which is that I am so clumsy and I don't know how to not be. Before obviously the recording of this pod, I was like trying to work out what to wear, and I had this like tracksuit on and I was like, you know what, I'm going to wear that.
Yeah.
And I made myself some pasta for dinner. Sat on the sofa, didn't really eat it, didn't really like it. It's like, do you know what? Make sure there's no like sauce on the bottom of the plate because it might like get on it.
Yeah.
I get up to walk into the kitchen. I've accidentally hit the knife. Yeah. The knife's gone flying all over the cream throw on like the beanbaggy thing. Yeah. All over the floor and all over my grey tracksuit. And I was just, you know when you just like stand there for a second?
And I'm just evaluating your life.
I stood there and I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Because I do it all the time and I don't know, like Tom says it all the time, it's like, you're so clumsy, like you're so, and I'm not, I don't know, like I'm not doing it on purpose.
No, I actually think daily I hear a, oh God, and I'm like, what now? What have you spilled on our new sofa now? Or
do you know, actually, shout out Dusk for the sofa, because anytime I spill anything on it, it comes off literally like that.
I heard from the next door room oh God, no, I was going to wear this tomorrow, and I was thinking she was going to wear that tomorrow, first of all.
What did you wear on episode 1?
Yeah, a tracky set.
A grey tracky set. Yeah. That's exactly what I was going to wear on episode 2, and I couldn't because I spilled pasta sauce all over it. And it took a while to come out.
Well, I think we can actually make this episode Problems with Liv podcast, because going off the back of that, I have another problem, which you well know about, and it revolves around you being clumsy.
Oh, I think I know what you're going to say.
So I have this blanket, right? This blanket, right? Scene set. That lies quite nicely on the Dusk sofa. Although I do come in sometimes and I see Tom's naked trotters touching my blanket.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you said trotters at the end of that. See Tom naked. with this blanket.
Don't know what your flat share's all about, but no, there'd be serious issues if I saw that. No, I see his like naked trotters out on the blanket.
His feet are actually quite nice, to be fair, for a man.
I haven't studied them. All I think is
Sounds like you have.
Wait, you got a fesh for my boyfriend's feet? No.
What? Anyway, let's get back to the blanket story.
Anyway, really nice blanket, but the point about this blanket isn't how nice it is. Like it's a 100% cashmere blanket, but it's got like I got it. My ex gave it to me. Basically, we got it at this like event that we both went to together. So it's got like, a bit of sentimental value to it. Anyway, I come home from I've been away for a couple of weeks, and I walk into the lounge, and Liv's like, "Oh, I spilled red wine all over the sofa the other day." Like, literally, classic, done it again. Whoopsie.
But just for any of you that have spilt red wine on anything, if you pour salt on it and let it go, it soaks up the red wine, and it is gone like that. It's gone like that. I could not
believe.
believe.
Think of a funny quip. Who's a good cleaner?
I couldn't believe my eyes. Basically, I googled it because I was like, "Shit, I've spilt red wine all over the sofa. This isn't good."
I'm glad that you googled it to get out the sofa.
I was balancing a wine glass on my leg. Anyway, that's why.
This has happened.
Anyway, that's a good tip.
This had happened a week like previous to me then coming back, and Liv, I go, "Oh, what's that on my blanket?" And Liv's like, "Oh, I spilt red wine all over the sofa," and then I didn't realise until a couple of days later that I'd spilt it on your blanket. So I'm like, "Oh, okay." Oh,
I was like, I'm going to get it out.
Yeah, she goes, yeah, I'll get it out. So I'm like, okay, thinking, all right. I mean, she said she noticed a couple of days later, red wine does stain quite significantly.
The only reason I didn't do it when I did the sofa was because I genuinely didn't realise until a couple of days before you got home. I didn't even realise until Tom.
Couple of days before I got home.
Tom pointed up. Yeah, I didn't spill red wine like on the sofa a week before. Like I spilled red wine, and then Tom actually said to me, "Oh, you've spilt red wine on that as well." And I was like, "Shit!" But then by that point, it's dried, and so I didn't try and get it out there and then. But I don't think it would have made a difference.
No,
because it was already dry.
No, so she didn't rush to get it out. Anyway, I get back and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's in there." Anyway. A few days goes past, and then I'm sat next to Liv and Tom on the sofa, and Tom goes, "Oh, did you see? I've left this blanket where it was, red wine showing, just to be slightly passive aggressive."
I knew it was there.
And, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, you're right. I didn't brag about it. Tom goes, "Oh, did you see Liv spilt red wine on your blanket?" And I was like, "Yeah, she said she was going to get it out." Anyway, conversation goes. She goes, yeah, I'll get it out tomorrow.
I think because I was working or I had like an early start or something, so I was like, I'll get it out after work.
No. She goes, I'll get it out tomorrow. Tomorrow comes. I'm working from home. Liv and Tom do nothing in the house all day.
Were we hungover?
No, you just. I did say at 2 p.m. What have you been doing up there all morning? Ordered delivery. Anyway, I'm just thinking about my blanket. Sat next door.
I don't know why you care so much. It's a blanket.
I care.
The only reason you care is because
this isn't. I would never buy myself a blanket, but the blanket cost 1.1k. This blanket is $1,000.
Okay, well, anyone that buys a blanket worth 1.1k deserves to have red wine spilled on it.
I didn't buy it.
Okay,
I got given it. It's a gift, and you've spilled red wine on my blanket. Then said you're going to get out the next day. Doesn't do anything all day. Then goes to work the next day. So I texted Liv saying, "Can you get the wine out?"
I did try, and I did. Did I get red wine out of the blanket?
But actually, what was quite funny is it like everyone's like, it's never coming out of that blanket.
I don't know. I just think
it's
a bit
never coming out of that blanket. But I think what actually happened is that you washed it and it just diluted so much that it's actually still there.
I washed it in the washing machine.
No,
I just put it in the sink and just hand washed it.
Yeah, but I think it just diluted loads. So it's just, you can't tell. I don't care. You can't tell.
Okay, I do apologise because I was in the wrong there.
If you guys have got any flatmate issues, dilemmas, things that you kind of have been pissed off about with your flatmate, we want to hear yours as well. So we know we're not the only ones in this boat. So please send us a DM at Shut the Front Door on Instagram or shutthefrontdoor@insanity.com on email.
So that leads us on very nicely to like flatmate politics. Sort of like who does what.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you say, oh, God, because I know how this is going to go. And if it doesn't, you are lying.
What?
Okay,
I can't lie.
Yeah, you can't lie. Actually, you're a really bad liar. Just first of all, okay, a generic question.
Yeah.
Who do you think does more in our flat?
As in chores?
Just like everything to do with the flat. Who does more?
Well, I'm going to go for you by the way you're looking at me.
That's the right answer.
Okay, but let's break it down.
Let's break it down because we have
we've got a few topics
to
see who actually does the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one, who cleans the flat? Me. I think you clean it when
you announce it when you do it, which makes it seem...
because I
I cleaned the flat today, and I'm like, I cleaned it yesterday, but I didn't tell you.
But you definitely can tell, because why have I cleaned it the next day if you've cleaned it the day before?
I think you must have just had too much time on your hands.
No, I actually quite like it. It makes me feel like, especially if the flat's like, because I think there's a difference between messy and dirty, but sometimes it's dirty and I'm like, oh my God, I need to clean everything.
Okay.
But I think you do it after you've had friends round. When you've had people...
and I do it so well after I've had people round. I do, and I actually really like cleaning the kitchen.
Yeah,
I actually do like cleaning the kitchen. But I will also, can I just add to a point to that, is that you might clean it more, but you also make it way more messy.
Yeah, like I do.
Way more messy.
I'm in...
And like you'll leave it messier than I would.
Like if I'm hungover, I'll leave it messy. Like in the lounge, I'll just leave like the like.
Like if my mates are over, I'll clean it before I leave the house with them.
Yeah, but that's like
them do the cleaning.
No, they'll sit down and watch me cleaning around them.
But that's like an occasion. Do you know what I mean? Like you've had your friends round, because me and Tom, or just me, we're just there like a lot of the time. I don't think every time me and Tom use the lounge I have to clean it. I don't think like that.
No,
but
if I have friends round, when I'm in the lounge, I just sit in a certain spot and I'll stay there for like 6 hours and not move. But I won't move anything around. So like I'll leave it exactly how I came into it. Whereas like when you go into it, you leave it not exactly how you came into it.
Just like as in like glasses on the side.
Glasses on the side, like
That's
pillows everywhere. Which I know pillows are meant to be left everywhere, but I think I've just like, well, they're not meant to be left everywhere. But in my head, I'm like, they should be perfect once you've left the room.
Yeah, also like our rooms, definitely me, because if you see the state of that girl's bedroom.
Oh yeah, but yours can be bad, but you clean it more.
Yeah, so like if mine gets bad, it's usually when I've gotten ready for a night out and I just chuck clothes all over the house, all over the floor when I'm getting ready because I can't decide what I'm going to wear. And I'll
Mackies on the floor.
Yeah, I'll go out, I'll be hungover, I'll order McDonald's breakfast, I'll order Deliveroo, but by the end of the next day, it will be absolutely spotless because I can't live like that. But for when I'm hungover, I can absolutely live like that. But for hers is just constant. Like there's been one or twice when her room's been tidy, and we've lived there since October.
It's so nice.
My friends came around the other day, and she was like, "Don't let them go in my room."
Yeah,
not that I was going to let them go in my room.
Let them go in my room.
Okay, so I
because it was really bad. Oh god, it's so bad. But like I do, yeah. No comment. I actually do this thing right where I'm like, well, no one's going to be lying next to me in bed, so why don't I just move all the clothes that are on the floor or on my bed just to that side of the bed? Because it's like, well, no one's going to be there.
It's not dirty. It's just messy.
And I think someone's there.
That's weird. Okay, next one. Who does the vacuuming?
Yeah.
Like she doesn't.
I've done it once.
Like
big ones. That
I don't do it all the time, but I even bought like a handheld little one
I love
because
that one.
it helped. How many times have you used that?
Twice.
Oh, that's the one you've used. You haven't even used the proper one.
No, I've used that one. So in total, 3 times.
I do the vacuuming because I just like in the kitchen, like whenever like people cook and they just leave food and then I walk in and there's like...
It's on your feet.
Yeah, but why do you not hoover it up just quickly?
That's not me.
It's both of us, but the difference is that I might not do it like that night, but when I walk in and I just see food, it's so quick to get out the handheld.
Now that you've got that little hoover, I always do it. Well,
yeah,
I've only cooked in there
basically
twice.
It's 2-0 to me so far. I clean the flat and I do the vacuuming. Who washes up the dishes?
Me. Always.
No, because
Liv,
hold on
don't
a second.
even try and
you
take that
leave
one.
my stuff in the sink. You don't wash it up.
I do. No. I do yours.
Such a
I do yours
lie.
so much.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No,
I
you
do.
don't.
Oh my god, the amount
You
of times.
left your breakfast in the sink and then went to Manchester for the weekend.
What did I have for breakfast?
I don't know, some Tupperware. So out of principle, I just didn't know. I did actually wash up in the end.
No, I think I wash your stuff so much.
I don't think you do.
But you leave it so much more, so I don't always do it.
I
do a lot of it.
I don't leave it on the side a lot. I usually, like, even when I cook dinner, I usually wash up.
Sometimes I actually think you live in a different flat to me.
I don't know what.
I think you live in a different world to me.
I don't know what I leave on the side. Like, occasionally I'll leave like wine glasses on the side. Like last night I left a wine because I was like, I'm quite pissed here. Not last night.
Wine glass, you toast. Plates.
But that's usually if I've.
But that's so easy. I just rinse it and it's done.
But that's usually I'm running late, so I like just leave it on the side. But I'm gonna do it when I get back. But you just leave stuff in the sink. So then I just wash.
I can't think of a time when that's
You
happened. Apart from
literally did it.
Manchester that you're talking about.
Yeah, which was
you're holding on to one.
Which was recent. Well, that was the most recent one. That was the most recent one.
Yeah, I think on that one we got to agree to disagree because I don't understand where you've been living.
No, I'm not voting for you. So we'll just vote for each other. I'll vote for me.
I'll vote for myself.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay, fine. Do you want to read the next one?
Who does the weekly food shop? We don't weekly food shop.
No, I'm very, and this is bad, but because of our schedules are like all over the shop, like it's not just like a normal 9 to 5, is it? So like I tend to just buy stuff when I need it.
Yeah, I actually saying the other day like there'll be a couple of times, but like I think I just live off plenishables. Is that how you say it?
What does that mean?
Like tinned food.
Oh.
Like I'll be like, oh, I don't know what to have for dinner tonight. Pasta and tuna.
Yeah. No, it's a good shout.
Or like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
don't need to go to the shop. And then sometimes when I'm like, oh, I kind of fancy like dinner, I'll get like veg and like chicken or whatever. And then Liv's actually really cute. Like when she's cooking something where she's like cooking like nice dishes, she'll be like, I'm cooking this. Do you want it? And I'll be like coming home late from work and I'll be like, oh, I actually love that. That's so good.
I'm always so nice like that. If I'm ever cooking for me or cooking for me and Tom or whoever, I'll always say, are you going to be home? Do you
oh my
want
God.
it?
And also the sweetest thing ever.
What are you going to say?
So I have PCOS and I've basically read that you shouldn't have normal salt. And I was telling Liv this. I was like, oh, like there's not really much you can do, like whatever. I was like, oh, they say that you should have Himalayan rock salt, pink Himalayan rock salt. And I opened the drawer like 3 days later. And she's bought pink Himalayan rock salt.
I'm actually really nice. I one thing about me.
No, that was so sweet.
Please don't put that in. I'm the baddest. No, I'm actually really thoughtful. Like I actually think about what people say, and if you say you like something or something like that, I'll always like think about it, and I'll always then.
No, that was really sweet.
Yeah, I can be quite nice.
Yeah,
sometimes.
that was really sweet.
I have got like a nice feisty
side. Yeah, you've got a nice side, somewhere deep. Anyway, who is the first to buy the next roll of toilet paper?
Me.
We have different bathrooms.
Yeah, but I always buy it. If I always buy it, to be fair, I'm actually saying that because it was like the first time that I bought it, and I bought some for you and I bought some for me. But actually, really, I wouldn't check your bathroom to see if you'd run out. I would just now buy it for myself.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just both of us.
Yeah, I just bought loads the second time. I went and got
Where
them,
is it?
And then put a thing and then in the drawer.
Oh, you didn't give any to me?
Well, I say loads, like 6 rolls. I'm never there.
Oh.
Ellie
doesn't even live at home.
I don't live there. Yeah.
She's like, I'm just going to go home for
it's
the
my
weekend.
bachelor pad. It's never been
shag
used.
Pad. It's really not. It's actually like the opposite of a shag pad.
Shag pad doesn't get used.
Nothing gets used.
And I sleep in Liv's bed.
Yeah. We just have sleepovers with each other.
We literally have sleepovers. Yeah, I think I can count on like maybe 3 hands.
3 hands? You can count on 3 hands.
Count on 3 hands.
Go on, show your pinkies. No,
Yeah, don't wanna get those hands
make your
out.
heart. Make a heart. Just put it down. Just make a heart. Look. Oh, so she's got weird pinkies.
If I spot a boy from across the room, I go.
Oh my God, that's so weird.
Telephone. How good's that?
Yeah, but like, if anyone can do that though, can't they?
What?
I know yours has like the weird like.
Yeah. Mine's like
How
ready
weird.
for dialing.
She's got, and like so to the point where like it was actually really funny the other day. We were in a group chat ages ago.
I know.
It's so cute when she makes the heart, but like we had a group chat.
So cute, babe.
We had a group chat and it was called
Oh my God,
Pinkies.
that's not the reaction I usually get. People go, oh, don't touch me
It's
with that.
so weird, yeah. We have a group chat, or we did have a group chat. It no longer exists, but it's called Pinkies. And I was talking to one of them I'm still actually friends with. And
Just the one.
he basically said to me, I was working, I was hosting a Misfits thingy, so it was on TV and they were watching it. And they were like, oh, like Pinkies, oh, how's Ellie's Pinkies? And I was like, they're good. And he was like, yeah.
Like
I was like, they're great.
their
Ellie's
own
pinkies are still
person.
there. But they loved her pinkies. They were like obsessed with her fingers. And they were like, basically, when I was presenting, they asked if I could like put my pinky up. And I was like, do you know what? It's going to be really funny. So I was presenting like a boxing show that they were watching. And the camera just came to me and I held the mic like that and just put my finger out like that.
Funny.
It was so good.
I felt like it was like a full-on like tribute to the Pinkies.
Okay, so yeah.
Where was I going with that?
I don't know how we got
count
into
on 3 hands.
Yeah.
Something. What was I counting?
You can count on 3 hands the amount of times you bought toilet paper?
No, the amount of times. Oh, the amount of times I stayed in my bed. And that sounds bad.
She just stays out all the time.
Yeah,
You've got better, I think. You've definitely stayed more.
No, yeah.
But it's because it's like
Our
boring stuff.
schedules are just off. Like, yeah. Anyway,
Who's in charge of Bill's rent? This is you, really, isn't it?
I am, which is mental.
But I think it's because basically when we went to pay our first month's rent, Ellie got the wrong date, and I basically sent it to her because I thought we sent it separately. And they couldn't find it, and they were like, "Oh, we need the rent together."
Then Liv sent it to me, being like, "Ellie, we got to pay it
'Cause
together. Can you pay it?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem."
I was skiing,
And then
I was on the top of a mountain, so I'm sorry, paying rent should have been
And then we
my
got a
priority,
message
but
being
it
like, "Why have you not paid your rent?"
Yeah.
And I was like, they're a couple of days early, aren't they? I nailed it. I was like, yeah, no worries. Like, set up a standing order. It's like, got the day wrong.
But anyway, so you're in charge. I'm like more in charge of bills. You're in charge of rent, which you owned before.
I was about to say, we've been there 6 months. I just got a letter from a bills people. They called me, like, I swear there was some sort of threatening tone.
I've been paying for like the electricity and gas and council tax. So you actually.
I've only been Wi-Fi. I owe you a lot of money.
You do. But anyway, so we split that actually down the middle. But I did actually forget to pay you the other day, didn't I?
Pay me the other day.
And it's quite,
that was a sorry sight for the old bank account.
Yeah, it was quite a decent amount of money, and I was like, okay. And I can't remember. I was like, I do want to get to work, and then I was like, I went to work, and then I went somewhere else, and I was like, shit, I've actually it's been like 2 days now, so I should send you that money.
Yeah, I was like looking at my bank account, thinking,
she was like, can you also send me £20 for delivery? Yeah. I've barely ever charged her any time I've bought delivery. She's like, can you send me £20 for delivery?
That is actually, do you know what's mental about that?
What?
Is that there's been at least 2 or 3 times where I've just been, do you know what? Like Liv doesn't for little things, like Liv won't say. So like we'll be like deliveries will get, and I'll be like, I'm not gonna tell her. But then there was this time recently where you did, so I was like, okay, maybe we've got back on that.
Probably because it was quite expensive.
Yeah, so
then spent like 60 quid. I was like, can you transfer me 30 quid, please?
Yeah, so then I thought we were just back on that, like, oh right, now maybe we've drawn a line under the old swings and roundabouts. So I'll do the same now. And I love that I do it once, and she's like,
funny. Okay, who takes the bins out?
Who takes? I will not go near those things. They
Honestly,
are disgusting.
I don't know if people can relate at home, but like, she doesn't even like. And what annoys me is we have a food bin as well. And she just puts food in the normal bin.
Yeah, I don't understand the whole food bin thing.
Well, you put food in a food bin. What do you mean you don't fucking understand? Well, yeah, because it's food. But you doesn't mean if you put it in a normal bin, it's going to smell as well.
I know. And then she told me, she goes, Ellie, we have a food bin. Like, put your food in it. And then I was like, oh, okay. And the next thing I do, like, drop a banana skin in the bin. And I was like, oh, I hope she didn't see. You know, when your heart drops and you're like, look round, like. And then
But anyway, she doesn't take the bins out. I take them out pretty much every single time. And what annoys me is like, I'll go somewhere, the bin will be full, and I'll be like, oh, I won't take it out. Ellie will be there, and then I'll come back, and it's still that. She's just like,
haven't been at home.
She's probably shoved more stuff in there.
Probably haven't been there.
Just pushed it down so that.
Yeah, do you know what? I don't understand how you fill bins so quickly. I'm like, for such a small thing that doesn't eat, what are you putting in that bin?
Yeah, because I go through phases of like eating and then not eating. I went really dizzy just then.
Yeah, but I did take the bins out the other day, didn't I? Because there was something that really smelled in the fridge. It was like your mints that you hadn't put in the bin. So I put it in the bin, and because I was like, the fridge stinks. So I put that in the bin, and then it smelled so bad that I was forced to take the bin out. And I felt like, Santa's sack in his back, like downstairs, like,
Santa's
but like you put it in and you're like
yeah, you have to like hold your breath sometimes.
Yeah, like,
it's disgusting.
Yeah, I think that's just it's a job for a boyfriend, really. So
Ellie, that's a generalisation. Actually, it's not just for men.
That's such a generalisation, but maybe.
It's a job for both people. Whoever's living in your flat, it is a joint job to take the bins out.
Well, Ellie Collins, such a good job of it. I don't want to interrupt your flow of things.
Please take note.
Yeah,
I'm going away soon.
So the bin won't be full.
If I come back,
you'll come back, and the bin will be like. I'll have put 2 things in.
I'm going to make sure it's full before I go, just to make sure it's empty when I get back.
Why I never put anything in the bin? Because I never have anything to put in the bin because I eat everything off my plate and your plate.
That's also very true. Yeah.
Like Liv will be done with her dinner, right? And I'll be like, oh, don't worry, I'll take them to the bin, knowing full well on my way there I'll be eating it on the way.
Yeah, she does eat all my leftovers, to be fair. Because I get full really quickly, and like if I get full, I'm not eating anymore. But Ellie gets full and just carries on eating.
Yeah. I get full. I either don't get full at all, or I get full. But I'm like, well, I can't leave that. Anyway, who waters the house plants?
We don't have any.
We need to get some.
No, we don't.
What?
Because you wouldn't water them. And I bought some roses for the flat because I was like, I just wanted a bit of pink in the flat, but I do need to put some more water in them. But I just think it's so much effort that I can't be asked. Yeah. And I think they would just die. And I just think, what's the point? What's the point when you get a really nice
like
fake
a fake one like that?
Yeah, that's fake. Like we could get one like that.
Fake one.
Because I don't want
it. We need something to soften up the lounge.
It is just constant.
Yeah, I wouldn't be watering the plants.
What I would say is like
barely water myself.
Lovely.
No, not like that.
Oh,
I don't drink. I have a notification as we speak saying drink water.
Oh, I thought you meant shower.
No.
Oh, I thought you have a notification saying shower today.
I thought
just a reminder. What was I going to say?
Probably.
Also, I was going to say another thing that I think I do. I think I do everything in this house. I've like you bought that like nice picture for the kitchen that we haven't put up. And you did buy some prints, but they got a little bit ruined. But I have bought a lot of like decorative things for the lounge, is what I would say. There's like the stuff on the dining table, like the candle, the flowery thing, and then all the pictures that I put up of me and you that we didn't have, which I thought was quite nice.
Do you notice how I just kind of stay silent in these situations? So I feel like she's like saying like I don't, but then I'm like,
No, 'cause
and
I
then I
think
feel
you
the need
did-
to be like, yes, but think about all those books on our shelf and all the.
But you
all the,
already
like,
had
things.
them.
Yeah, I bought them in at the
This is
start.
what I mean. Yeah, you
Then
bought.
I bought them right at the start.
They were stuff you
and then
had.
you've bought little things along the way.
I think as we've gone on, I've like, oh, we need this, or we need that, and I just.
I wonder how long it'll be like until
added.
we've really like flourished the flat. Do you know what I mean? My room still
doesn't
have
yeah, it
shelves
doesn't
up.
feel. It does. It feels homely, but it doesn't feel like.
My room is like someone's just moved into it.
I might take
wardrobe.
some pictures so you can see.
Where is all your stuff?
On the floor.
It's a floor drape.
We've got an ottoman bed as well. Shout out to Dusk as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dusk for the.
Clothes and stuff are on the ground.
Yeah.
My
Honestly, I wish
stuff went piles.
I wish I'd taken a picture because I went in when she
on
told
the
me that like
ground.
when she said like when I told her the girls were coming round and I was obviously like I'm not gonna like they're not just gonna wander into your room, but I did wander into a room because I wanted to see what it looked like and I was like, oh my god.
Sometimes I feel like it's quite an achievement that it gets to that state. I'm like, come on, girl.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what I also love is that she all over her bed was like parcels and parcels and parcels. This is the queen of being like, I don't have any money. And all she does is buy
I haven't said I don't have any money in ages.
or maybe you've got some more money now, but previously,
No, my
when you've
issue
said
is-
you haven't got money, you have because you still online shop a lot.
No.
I don't know, define what you mean when you say you don't have money.
I have enough money to online shop and live, and that is it.
But when you say you don't have money, you do because you online shop.
Well, I can't cancel my lifestyle. Do you know what I mean?
You
Like, I like
fund
living
your-
the same life as you. If you were like, let's go out for dinner, I wouldn't want to be like, I can't go out for dinner because I don't have any money.
No, Ellie, we're trying to be relatable. You should be like that. We're not trying to encourage everyone to live to a lifestyle that they can't thingy.
No, but you encourage me to live to a lifestyle that I can't thingy.
What, by asking you to go out for dinner?
Yeah, and then I'm
Just
like,
ta-
I want to do that.
Just turn around and be like, no.
Why would I do that?
If you can't afford it.
But then I miss out on the fun with you.
Oh my God.
What? I don't
So
want
you're basically saying that even if you couldn't afford it, you would still do something. That's a very shit way to.
No,
live.
I would say I've become really good, / my mum has, at sending my parcels back. And that's where I've saved a lot of money. Because usually I'll order a parcel, forget to send it back, and then cry about the fact that I've just lost loads of money and that on something that I'm never going to wear. But
Yeah.
now I've learned to get my mum to send it back.
Yeah, I haven't actually heard you say that's you're actually. Oh, I forgot to even mention about your washing.
Well, don't feel the need to do that.
I mentioned about the washing machine. Like,
Yeah, who puts stuff in the washing machine? Liv.
she takes her washing home to her mum.
She does it
She's
so well.
25 years old.
Yeah. I don't have anything to say to that, to be quite honest. I think I'm going to leave that one there because I don't have an excuse. I've started putting some more washers on, actually
She's done too.
learning how to do it.
You've
Um,
literally done too.
I just don't want to shrink anything, you know?
No, do you know what actually? No, this isn't something that annoys me. But you have done it before. She just like leaves stuff in the washing machine.
When
When it needs to be washed,
Yeah.
she'll just put it in the washing machine. She won't put a wash on. She'll put like 2 things in the washing machine. And I come down and I'm going to do a whitewash, and there's just like multicoloured shorts and
Yes.
pants, and I'm like,
No,
why
but then
is it in the washing machine? Put
listen
it in
to
a
what
wash
then Liv did.
basket.
She just takes it out, puts it on the floor. So my underwear
Yeah.
is just on the floor.
Well, it's gonna be
for
in-
her boyfriend to come into our house and see my underwear on the floor. The reason I leave it in the
Just leave it in a
which
wash
is convenient-
basket?
No. Can I just say the reason I leave it in there is because I think, oh well, there's not enough to wash here. I don't want to waste water, so I'll leave it there. And if Liv's got darks, then she can add to the wash. But she doesn't do that. She just takes it out, puts it on the
No,
floor,
if
and
I
then
was
there's
doing-
my blue thong
No,
on the ground.
that is a lie.
for Tom to walk past.
If I was doing a coloured wash, I would happily do it. But if I'm doing a whitewash, which I do probably more, because I like if I'm washing my bed sheets or whatever,
She does a lot. There you
I do wash my bed sheets. That's a good thing. I wash my bed sheets a lot.
How often?
Every couple of weeks, I would say.
how
I don't
often
reckon
are you
if
meant
she
to?
if she didn't send her washing home to her mum, I don't reckon you would wash your bed
I've
sheets.
done
a
my
lot.
bed sheets at ours.
We've lived there for since October, and you're like, I've done my bed sheets once.
Oh, my ex has just come off my widget. I love that.
I hate when that happens because it happens like when you're just like on your phone and you accidentally just like scroll left.
Yeah.
And I don't know even meaning to scroll left.
Yeah.
And then something will pop up that like
No, I've got the little square that sits on the top right, and it's just like early memories with, And I'm like, I don't want to see my early memories.
I think you need
with
to.
him.
This is the thing. I think like if you don't delete all of the pictures that you have on your phone of like you and an ex, like like iPhone now, they've changed it and they just have the ability to make like a whole like PowerPoint presentation on your best memories from a holiday that like do you know what I mean, that you loved at the time, but now like no,
puts together this unbelievable edit, some nice music under it. And I'm like, Apple, what are you doing to me?
What are you trying to do?
I've done like gone a whole week without like getting upset or like thinking about it, and then Apple's like, oh, you've had too good a week.
Let's make you cry again.
Let's bring you back down to reality. Remember this love that you once had? Don't have it anymore, do you?
I hate that so much.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Do you know what? It happens like I'll be like,
I'm actually having a look at mine now.
Like interview someone, really serious thing, like gotta be in the mood for it, and it like comes up, and I'm like, oh God.
Mine's actually fine now. Mine's actually fine. Like, because actually, I actually think I'm past the point. I haven't got like anything of my exes like on my phone.
Really?
But if me and like Tom had an argument, or like we were in like a bad place or something, and then I see like a nice picture, I'm like, oh, it reminds me of like the good times.
I'll go
Makes
on
me
to like,
sad.
you know how you can search on Apple, like on the photos, you can search like whatever you want to search. I search a lot, like.
Do you?
Yeah, I'll search.
I don't
like,
use that at all.
girls or like my dogs or something like that, and I'll
Oh.
search them to get all the pictures of them come up. But as soon as you go onto that search bar, it's like, bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Which version of him do you want to see today? And I'm like,
it's so shit.
No, not today, Apple. Yeah, not a fan of that
No,
at all.
not ideal.
Not ideal. Should you just delete the pictures though? Because would you delete the pictures? Say you break up with an ex, they keep coming up on your phone. Are you deleting the pictures or
Probably,
not?
but I think there's still like a comfort in if you're not over them or like you're not over the situation, there's something stopping you from deleting. I think my ex cheated on me, so when that happened, I just deleted every single trace from him on my phone.
Yeah.
Apart from the letter he wrote me trying to basically like begging for my love, and I was like,
What a loser.
well, loser.
I
No,
think
but
it's-
I actually haven't. I don't know why I found that the
It's
other day
the
randomly.
same vibe as I think, like deleting pictures of exes. I would never delete pictures of my exes from my Instagram, right?
Archive them.
I don't even archive them because my theory is, right, they were a whole portion of your life. If I delete that, like
don't
I'm
care.
looking back at like 3 years ago going, what was I doing 3 years ago?
I don't need a reminder of my exes. Like, I know, do you know what I mean? I just want to erase them from
I'm
my
sorry,
life.
it was life ended badly, but like, or like, oh, it ended, but like it was still a part of your
I also
your time
wouldn't
there.
want them on my Instagram.
What was with me?
What
Like, my
were we
exes.
thinking?
I know.
I speak for myself as well.
I've one good-looking ex. One. I look back at all the other pictures and
Like,
I'm thinking,
no offence, but I actually don't think I have one. I actually don't. I don't think I have one
Wow.
good-looking ex. Yeah.
I don't think you do either.
No, I don't.
Well, that is it from episode 2. 2 done, and I think that was good. Good
Yes.
little catch up. Started a little bit feisty, but we're over it now. Back to being best friends.
Yeah,
we can
we
go
are.
home in peace now.
Yeah.
Lately gonna get out of here. Liv's gonna be like, I hate you. Anyway, we want to hear from you guys. So if you guys got any problems you want to share, any questions, anything that you want us to talk about, problems, flatmate problems, friendship problems, boy problems, we want to hear from you. So DM us at shutthefrontdoor on Instagram or email us shutthefrontdoor@insanity.com.
Yeah, remember you can watch on YouTube as well as listening. And of course, like Ellie just said, TikTok, Insta is at Shut the Front Door. How exciting.
How exciting. Can't wait to see you for episode 3.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.